So everybody wants to know, what does your swing feel like? Well, let's break it down into this. And if you can feel this and incorporate this into your swing, you're going to get so much better, it's incredible. So basically, your swing feels just like this. It's pivot point. So the club pivots as I go back. So pivot means that the club head is outside my hands, even with my hands, and now it gets to the opposite side of my hands and my wrist is hinged. So that's a pivot. So this is a pivot here, okay? So that pivot happens somewhere right back in here. Now when I start down, the handle of the club comes down, the weight of the club works out. It's not unhinging my wrists. So it's this little move right here. So if I turn to the camera, you're up here, it's the handles coming down and the club head's going out. It has nothing to do with the unhinging of my wrists. See, this is a pivot. This is a pivot. That's what you feel like you're doing. Now, the question becomes, how does the club get to the ball? Well, it's momentum and gravity and centripetal force, mainly momentum and gravity. So as I start down and the handle's coming down and I'm directing the momentum of the club out with this pivot, when the club head gets on that side of my hands, now the momentum and the weight of the club is headed in the right arc down towards the ground. Now, if I don't have any tension in my wrists as I swing, the momentum of the club will unhinge my wrists, run the club into the ball, and that same momentum will rehinge my wrists. Your golf swing is really nothing more than a pivot right back here. So your swing just feels like this. So if I were to hit this ball, there's my golf swing. So it's a pivot. Now if I put my left hand on, I mean, it's still pivoting and doing exactly the same thing. So that's basically what your golf swing is. So you should be able to stand out here and make swings with just your right arm, let your wrist hinge, direct the momentum of the club, let the club head run into the ball and let your wrist rehinge with virtually no tension. Now, if you can't do that, then something's wrong with how you're dealing with all these forces that are going to make your swing efficient. Is that the only way to swing? No. You can fight it and you can drag the handle and do all kinds of things. There's a lot of ways to swing. But if you want to be as efficient as you can with the least amount of effort and get the most out of it, what I've found over my career is that's going to be by far the best way for you to do it.